Hey watch lovers, Brad from Brent Miller, and today I have one I'm excited to share with you, and I really want to solicit feedback. I hope you guys comment in the comment section here after this, but I wanted to compare the Grand Seiko SBGN005 Quartz here on my left versus the SBGM245 Automatic. So looking at these, obviously, I mean, they are at a quick glance identical. If you don't know what you're looking for, you would almost think I'm holding the same exact watch. Obviously, we have different movements, we have some different case sizes, so we'll go over all of that. But really, at the end of the day, the question is, there's many questions. It's Quartz versus an automatic, and then we also need to talk about price point. I oftentimes don't bring price up into the conversation. I just want to share the piece with you outside of that. But here, I think there is something that needs to be discussed. So with that said, without further ado, I measured the Quartz model at 38.7 millimeters compared to 40 millimeters across on the automatic. I measured it at 12 millimeters thick. So I have 12 millimeters thick here on the Quartz versus 14.5 on the automatic. 45.3 from lug tip to lug tip on our Quartz versus 48.5 on our automatic. And then we have a 19 millimeter lug width tapering down to 18 at the sign deployant buckle. Solid stainless steel case back on our Quartz model. Signed screw down crown, and 100 meters of water resistance. On our automatic, we have a 20 millimeter lug width tapering to the exact same, so no taper, 20 millimeter buckle, solid stainless steel case back, and again, a signed screw down crown. So looking at these, just going over some of the differences. We got the size out of the way. Obviously our date window's moved 3 o'clock to the, I guess we'll call it the 4 o'clock position here on our automatic. GMT hand, everything's just a little bit bigger case as you expect. The GMT hand is a little bit larger. The indices, the 12, all the indices to me are a little bit larger on your automatic. Your crown position down here at the 4 versus the 3 o'clock with your crown guards on the Quartz, but both fixed bezels. The font looks to be similar to me. The dial configuration, the handset here. Obviously, I think you have sharper. Well, you definitely have sharper hands here on the hour hand, which I actually prefer on this Quartz compared to the automatic. The inner chapter or rehaut ring, I do like how every other has the other GMT hour listed on the inside here. So you can see the 13, 15, the odd numbers versus the Quartz model, there's none listed. So I do like that here on the automatic. But same color pattern there. Another very slight difference is you have lume on each of the hours here. At the very end of the hour markers, you can see a little bit of lume. Versus the automatic, you have a little bit there at the 12 o'clock, the 3, the 6, and the 9. So when we do a lume shot, I hope that shows up on our lume shot. Sometimes it doesn't pick up. So overall, again, just some very subtle differences. If you're asking me as a fellow watch enthusiast, I actually think, I don't know, I want my cake and eat it too. I'd love the hands. I'd rather have the hands on the Quartz. I'd rather have the inner chapter ring here for our GMT. I like that personally. I'm fine with the lume, and maybe when I see it, I'll change my mind on that here when we dim the lights. But the crown doesn't really bother me either way. I personally prefer a smaller watch, so I'd rather have an automatic in the smaller watch configuration with my handset. So it's a mixed bag for me. I love them both. I think they both look great. One last thing, I did measure this full bracelet. The Quartz came out to 148.8 grams. So obviously lighter, smaller watch, Quartz movement versus our automatic at 178.5. So about, 30 grams lighter on the Quartz. So let me know in the comments. The last piece, that we have to talk about really quick is price point. The Quartz GMT, the 005 here, retails at $3,200. Versus $5,700 on the automatic. Do you feel, if you like the automatic better and you have to have an automatic and you don't want a Quartz watch, are you willing to pay the extra, $2,500 for the automatic, with the same basic look and feel? So Again, lots of things to discuss here. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and love to engage with the watch community. Let me give you wrist shots of both of these, and we'll get lume, and I will wrap this video up for you. So again, I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. Here is the SBGN005 Quartz model. And again, it definitely feels lighter. 30 grams doesn't sound like a lot, but on wrist, the case thickness, to me, it's the thickness and the overall weight are the differences on these two models. This one, wears pretty well, at least on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. Again, that's just my personal preference. All right, so there's the quartz, and let's do the automatic. Again, not unreasonably large, just noticeably larger. And let me hit the lights and see if we can see the difference on the lume. First up, the 005. And that's our quartz, followed by the automatic. So clearly a difference. I do prefer the lume on the quartz model here with all the hour indices, just my personal preference. However, I do feel like it's darker on the GMT, so I think the larger lume plot is more legible here in the dark. And the GMT hand, I think, is also more legible with more lume applied to that GMT hand. You can see it down here on the bottom. So anyway, thanks for viewing. Let me know what you guys think. If there's anything I can do for you, email me, brad@brentlmiller.com. Happy to help out, and I'll see you in the next video.